Good morning, happy Friday. Welcome to the Sim Pit, the Pit Stop. How you all doing? Here, I'm gonna make a little adjustment. Hey, yeah, 10, 9, 8. Hey, Scott Wennerstrom, how you doing? Let's get some hellos in order. How are you all doing this morning on this fine Friday? Andrew White, Green Sammy, Callum, Scott, Brian. Good morning, Brian. You made the beginning. Good for you. Welcome to the show. A few things let's do a little house cleaning. I don't want to make a big deal about this. I've been a little absent this week. Last Friday's show, you guys might have noticed I got a weird text message during the show. Good morning, Simrig. Good morning, David Scott. Isn't it? Yeah, David Scott. It's a work in progress, David Scott. It is. Tony, good morning to you. Michael, good morning to you. Or good evening if you're in Denmark. Friday I got a text on the show, and it was my mom letting me know that my uncle had been admitted to ICU. He had a heart attack like 15 years ago. He recovered from that remarkably. But the last 5 years were really a series of in and out of the hospital. The reason I'm even mentioning this is not sympathy. I'm not doing well because of this, but that's not why I'm here. A little bit of practice what I preach. I'm talking to you guys all the time about reaching out to friends, family, loved ones. I'm a big part of the belief in just emotional support group for the friends you have. You know, if you haven't talked to a friend in a long time, either they're living it up, right? Or maybe they're under the weather and they need some help. They need someone to talk to. So, and there's so many reasons to say such a thing. But be grateful for those around you, and you know, stay in touch, because you never know. I'm lucky. I kind of saw the writing on the wall. My uncle lived in Los Angeles, and I live in Northern California now, so it wasn't really convenient. You know, we didn't see each other nearly as often as we'd like. We were very close in terms of he is very important to me, but not nearly as close as I'd like to be. But I will say that over the last couple years, I've been doing a better job of staying in touch. And I feel good about that, but it's never enough. That's my real point here. It's never enough. So anyway, yeah, it's a tough week. My mom's having a hard time with it, trying to support her. That's her brother. So yeah, it's been a rough week. I have to admit. I've been trying to get some work done as a distraction as much as anything else. But the main point is be grateful for the ones you have. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends. Be the one. Instead of looking at the phone going, hey, how come my buddy hasn't called me in a while? Why don't you be the one to pick up the phone and make that call? Because these things are very important in life. So those are my words of wisdom to you. I think I had something else I was going to talk about or say, and it's completely slipped my mind now. It was also house cleaning or talking just non-sim racing related things. Maybe it'll come back to me. A couple more good mornings. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Caracticus. Simrig, I think I said hi. Dan DiMaggio. Hinchy, how you doing? Hinchy, I'm sure you're prepping for the 24. I'm assuming. All right, so anyway, not a lot to talk about. I'm flying solo today. Amir couldn't make the show today, unfortunately, so I will be flying solo today. Not a lot of news to talk about. Not a big surprise. We're just in the first week or second week of the new year, so I expect things will start picking up, but a little slow still. Yeah, can you believe it? That's unbelievable. Shocking how time flies too fast. The older you get, the faster time moves. It's that no one talks about that theory of relativity. Anything on your people's minds? Anything going on in your lives we should all know about? So, what are we looking at here? We are looking at poorly generated. What was your words? I liked your words. Hold on. Oh dear, bad AI wallpaper. Good eye, David Scott. Anyway, I wanted something wacky because I wanted to talk about Hotlap Humpday, which will be this coming Wednesday. It will be the first third Wednesday of the month, or of the year, both. So, I wanted to make sure to continue on Hotlap Humpday, despite its up and downs of success, depending on how you judge it. And I talked to Brian Heitkotter and Robbie Unser after the last event. We really brainstormed what did we need to do moving forward to make it better, more fun, awesome, and keep it going. And what we came up with was we need to make the tracks shorter so that when the racing happens that we can keep things a little tighter in the action. And we need to go to combinations that are just kind of wacky, like the trucks on a road course, or a car that could do a rallycross course, but you better be a little careful on your edge. Something that doesn't belong on an oval. Try to mix it up into weirder combinations that wouldn't necessarily be normal, making it kind of wacky. Making it a little bit more fun when we get to the racing portion of the event. So, we are going to keep certain things true. It will be a hot lap competition. We will still do a leaderboard competition with the fastest time in that session will be the winner of the event. We will still follow that up with a post-event race for the fun of it. Oldest, I like that also. Yeah, exactly. Like super late model at Barber. That was a great combination. Fixed setups. I'll have to do a little bit more work, but I don't mind. I'm taking the lead now. I'm actually going to, and if you guys have combinations, suggestions, please send me a message on Discord. I am all ears. I need to come up with 12 wacky combos. I would like to come up with them in advance, even though they're going to be held secret. If you give them to me now, I won't be able to remember. I promise you I won't be able to remember. If you guys really, really want to help out, please send me a message on Discord with your favorite wacky combinations. Yeah, I'm going to predetermine them so there's no guesswork when it comes to the third Wednesday. I know what we're doing, and I can even spend time making sure the setups work because I know the combinations in advance. And I think I think we've lost Kevin Ford, so we're not going to have a commentator. But I'm pretty sure that Brian and Robbie will be here to join us. Maybe we'll let some other people jump in and join our party. Maybe that'll be part of the theme. So we're not done with all of the organization, but I can tell you, coming up this Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock my time, Pacific, and that will be when we start the event with probably 30 minutes of practice with no scrutiny. Then we'll probably have 45 minutes of qualifying with certain levels of scrutiny depending on the combination. And then at the end of that 45 minutes, we will determine our winner, and then we'll have a 20-minute race or so after that. He's on strike. Joa. Yeah, Amir's on strike. No pay, no pit stop. Good morning, Phil. How you doing? Good morning, SNK fan. SNK fan asks the question, Sean, best of load cell pedals. SNK fan, before I even answer that, because if I answer, you're just getting one person's opinion. I try to give you all the information to know to make the determination for yourself, right? That's my job. It's not so much me putting things in a ranking system, because there's so much eyes and the beauty of the beholder. There's so many budget restraints, all these different factors to take into play. So long-winded answer, and I'm going to give you an answer. But the short best answer is get into the SimPit Discord. Type in ! Discord in the chat and you'll get a link. And type that very question right there in chat, and I promise you're going to not only get answers, but you're going to get justifications for people's opinions on why they love certain pedal set. So like Oldest, for example, is saying Husingveld Ultimate Plus. I've heard great things and I've never put my feet on them, so I couldn't even give you an opinion. So maybe if you went in Discord, Oldest might give you that opinion. Joa I know has strong feelings on this, and if you ever race with him, you'll see it on the side of his car. And it's one of the ones that I was actually going to mention, but then I'd have to immediately disclaim it with, yeah, but you can get a really great set of pedals for a lot less money, too. I love the Simtrex pedals when it comes to just a straight load cell brake pedal set. They are very expensive for a load cell brake set. You can get really good pedals for half the money. So it's really hard for me to just hands down give you that answer. And then if it was just a unlimited answer, I'd have to then say, why are we limiting ourselves to load cells? Is that fair? Is that a great non-answer? I feel like that was a non-answer. Feel free to ask again. All right. Dan, will you be able to make it during the qualifying session, or is it just too... I hate picking times for events like that. Good morning, David S. How you doing? The best question is one without the word best. I'd ask you 3 other questions to give you the right answer. No, don't neglect the importance of a throttle pedal feel. True. I mean, I've had a few that I didn't like as much as others, but for the most part, I've almost made this my next music video. I was gonna... I don't even want to tell you guys. It's all about the brake. That's what I'm gonna say. It really is all about the brake. It isn't all about the brake, but typically get home around social. Okay, so you'll just miss out on the practice session. All right, so here is my AI. I'm going to work on it. I ran out. This also, so this makes me so mad. I told ChatGPT exactly what I wanted. And somehow it wrote HCT Lapk, like it's Russian, Hotlap Humpday. I don't know why it threw in an extra attempt at the word Hotlap and then botched it so badly. And then Wacky Combo's cool. And then I said on iRacing, but it left out the A. It's just iRacing. And yeah, I was like, can you redo it, but correct these things? And it's like, oh, you're out of memory. You'll have to wait till tomorrow. Yeah. How can it struggle with text when you literally are typing it in for it? Yeah. Strange. Okay. All right. I'm going to get going with the show. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of news today. Eduardo, good morning to you. Jan, good morning to you as well. Yanni, good morning to you as well. Oldest, I commented with you, but I don't think I said good morning. Good morning to you, buddy. David Payne, good morning. All right, looking back to the Sim Pit. So far this week, we've had the Ori trucking system. A lot of you guys might have been in for the unboxing. Oh, wait, before I went on the news, I did want to mention one other thing. I've got a bunch of messages from people asking me if I'm okay with all the fires going on. I'm in Northern California now, so a lot of one of the fires is actually fairly close to where I used to live, but I'm no longer down there. So no, I'm not. And most of my family have left Los Angeles, and the only ones that are there are not in any kind of a zone. So I appreciate the people who've checked in with me, but yeah, I'm doing just fine, but I feel so bad for the amount of people. Just any situation where you find yourself without home And I know a lot of I know a lot of these people are really wealthy, but it doesn't change the fact that you don't go home and sleep in your bed and the photos on your dresser aren't there, and having it just happen like that. I just feel so bad, so bad for people. So anyway, my heart goes out to everybody in Southern California dealing with everything going on down there. Good morning, Stephen Dager. I am going to stop with the depressing stuff now, by the way. SNK fan, what's my strongest discipline in sim? That's a great question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked me that question. I love that question. Slow GT cars. I think that is my best discipline. I am the closest to the pace of the aliens in Miatas, in this new BMW at this point. Yeah, I like slower GT cars, which might not be a testament to my driving skills. So many Daves. Alan Lagerquist, good morning to you. You built your first sim. Need to know what kind of seats Buddy uses. What's recommended if we're still going junkyard or something else? Who's Buddy? Am I Buddy or are we all Buddy? Junkyard is an awesome option. They've gotten it a little more expensive than they used to be. Anything that reclines is going to be a plus for me. So even, nowadays you can get a pretty cheap seat on like eBay or on Amazon. But definitely check like Craigslist in your area. Check OfferUp in your area. Junkyard seats at the right price. The upholstery on a real car seat is somewhat superior to the cheapo seats you're going to find online. I've enjoyed the next level ESR seat. It's sort of like an upgraded version of a lot of the seats from China that you'll see on eBay or on Amazon. But yeah, I recently got rid of mine was even an upgraded car seat, but it was from an era where they're made well. So lots of great answers there. Alan, be sure to get into our Discord, ! Discord. We'll get you a link to our Discord. Great place to ask questions. Look in our post our rig section. You'll see what other people are doing. And be able to ask them about it even. Yeah. Pick apart. That's the thing about my real upgraded seat from the 80s is it lasted forever cloth-wise. It was quite awesome. Yeah, I agree with David Scott. Especially older. I think if you get a good seat in good condition that was built in like the 80s or 90s even, that it will last forever. Oh, Rouge seat, it cools your butt while racing. That can be beneficial for sure. Is it going to snow at your house today? Dan, it is going to light snow today, but you're not going to get the snow that they're telling you. Take that to the bank. I know. I am a weatherman extraordinaire. Joa, that's criminal. Yeah, bucket seats are the way to go. You mean bucket like a fixed bucket? I mean, bucket seat isn't necessarily a fixed seat from my understanding. I think a reclining seat is still a bucket seat. Isn't bucket described like the way it's not like a flat seat like a truck, but that it scoots around your hiney? Scoots around your hiney. All right, so the Hori truck control system, $5.99. Any thoughts on this? Any of you get a chance to watch the video? Fascinating that somebody would build a truck sim dedicated wheel. So, yeah. And believe it or not, they make a farm sim specific wheel too, which is crazy. But if you think about Hori, they've made like next level controllers, you know, like for like playing the arcade games. Yeah, and so that's the thing. A niche product's going to come at a price tag. I think the thing that this is the issue that I ran into with this setup, and I'm no trucker, but it made me kind of feel like ATS and ETS actually needs to step up their game. As great as that sim is, as far as navigation, which we could argue about that too, their whole time warp and distance, and you know, but I wanted more from the truck. I wanted more action from the truck. I wanted it to respond a little bit better to certain bad driving behavior. That's right, Logitech makes a tractor style wheel. And I think Mad Catz made one as well, didn't they? So, anyway, it was an interesting combo. Well, I'm sure some of them do. SNK, I would totally. I'm starting to get caught up a little bit. I'm just so far behind. It's really been hard for me to do extracurricular on certain things. So that's something we might come back to. I haven't boxed it up. It's sitting right there. I was dying to do that, but I just didn't have the time in this particular case. Okay. I wish Sean told in a video how shifter and attached button box would be good for regular racing. Andrus, but they're not selling it separately. I mean, I think I alluded to how much I enjoyed and liked the shifter and button box. But they aren't currently selling it separately. But I could have elaborated on that more, I guess. That's a great question, David Scott. Especially when you look at the price. You just look at the price on Steam for the game itself. You can tell how aged it is, and maybe it is time. I'd love to see more serious physics where, like, the truckle jackknife, you know, you can't just, like, I just bomb it off the freeway off-ramp at, like, 100 miles an hour, you know, and just slam on the brakes and everything's fine. And it's like, ooh, I'm not sure that's the way that would work out. Those give me if you plan a truck and stay with it, go Moza, and agree ATS is missing so much. I'm going to be, I have the Moza multi-stock right there. It is coming up. I have a few other things to get to first. Like I said, I'm really behind. You need more snow. All right. All right. Can truck racing benefit from this kind of wheel? SNK fan, to be 100% truthful, here's my issue. With that much leverage on a gear-driven, like, dual RC motor wheel, I have a little bit concern about super duper fast left-right movement that racing would subject it to. Dan, you have to get a little more inland. So I'm in the First Valley of Northern California. So when I say that, you know, to the west of me is a small mountain range that is the one covered in redwood trees. The ones, the world-renowned redwood trees of Northern California are just to the west of me. And then there's a little teeny valley that has Napa Valley, Sonoma, Santa Rosa, where I live. And then there's another mountain range. And then after that mountain range, you're in the valley that is where, like, the 5 freeway goes up the Central Valley, where it starts to get hot, but it also starts to get cold. And then you're on your way towards Sacramento, and that's where you're going to start finding snow when you start getting up that next mountain range. We get ice. It gets pretty cold here. Except when it rains, it tends to get warmer. When it is dry in the winter, it gets really cold. 8 feet of snow on your front yard, David Scott. Ah, that's probably more than you want, right? I haven't seen the AliExpress ones. That's interesting. Yeah, I'd like to check those out. 32 centimeters. Okay. Probably depends. I'm sure it changes from truck to truck, I would imagine. What amount sold separately? Question. Oh, you're just straight up asking. I'm sorry, Andres. Yes, it would, but the gates were maybe a little bit wide for certain types of cars. So, you know, if you're looking for like a super realistic, I mean, like most race cars and even most performance cars have some kind of a performance gearboxes that would be very tight, you know, gates. And so this might be a little sloppy for general racing, which would make it slow. The other thing that some people might not like in a racing scenario is that ergonomic shaped shifter handle that isn't changeable in this case. You know, because it's sort of directional, like, in a way. I don't know. It would be a good shifter, though. It would be fine. It wouldn't be my top pick for racing. It'd be a nice button box. I mean, if you're just, like, depending on what your sim is. If you're, like, hardcore iRacing, you know, guy, I'm not sure that would be my go-to shifter for that. All right. Yeah, it's so perfect. So perfect. I can pull up. Let's try to get a shot of the shifter real quick. In case you guys didn't see it in the review or don't know what we're talking about. Here it is. I'm holding it like a baby. AI Logs makes really good stuff. I tried out their shifter and handbrake, their original sequential. For the money, they're bang for buck. They're absolutely one of the top picks you can do out there. So, all right. Anyway, that's what's going on. I do have 2 videos that will come out on the 16th. Actually, it's gonna probably be more like 4 videos. I might have 4 videos coming out on the 16th. I can't tell you what they are, but you could probably figure it out if you were super smart. I won't confirm or deny any guesses, but if you're smart, you could probably have a 1 in 3 idea. So, all right, another video. Here was the Sim Pit Rally League. Took me until yesterday to get my run in. But I did get my run in for the Sim Pit Rally League, which is just one of the most awesome rally leagues you could possibly run in. We're at Monte Carlo. I'm going to talk about the results a little bit later. Hey, my stream looks pretty good. Look at that. I look pretty good, yeah? Tom Jones!
Wow,
Good morning, Tom.
Nice.
Oh, I picked that moment to watch. So anyway, great rally league. Had a really good rally for me overall. If you're looking for a good rally league, we are on RaceNet, the Sim Pit Rally League. We just started the season. You will have missed the first week because it just ended. But still, that means 11 events to go. Believe it or not, you could still win the championship. Edgar, I didn't hit it that hard. I was on the brakes. Did I go back too far? Did I miss it? Here it comes. Here it comes. Nope. Nope.
Slowing, 1 right, half long.
It was up here. Somewhere. Here it is. Look at that!
Why did that have to be solid too?
I purposely went left to not hit the metal pole. My shifting is all over the place, Joa. You watch, you know. Alright. Alright, everyone, take a moment. Take a moment. Heiko Sherman has walked in the room. Actually, I don't think we did this for John Hill either, so it's a twofer. A little late for John. I talked to him on his birthday. But today is Heiko Sherman's birthday, so let's sing a few bars to Heiko Sherman. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That's all I got. Happy birthday, Heiko Sherman. My gift to you is to stop singing. Anyway, the SimPit Rally League, we're on RaceNet. You can get information in the SimPit Discord under our rally section. Yeah, that thing should have knocked out of the way. Andres, I hate looking over the wheel. I feel like such a grandma when I run a round wheel and run rally cars. I'm sorry, John Hill. All right, coming up this weekend is the Roar Before the 24. Who's running? Who's running the Roar Before? Is that a BMW? Is that the C2 right there? I haven't looked at the list for the Roar. Anyone gonna run it? I'm not. I got too much work to do. I'm just way behind. I gotta get caught up. When I'm not caught up, I get anxiety. When I'm not caught... Oh, yeah, they did a member survey. If you want to help them know. Apparently, all they really ask you is how old you are and how much money you make. How much more can we charge you for the sim? Dale Foundation is doing a Driven to Give 400 charity event. Hey, maybe I should make the SimPit booster seat and start selling them. I can't imagine I'm the only vertically challenged driver in sim racing. All right, let's talk about Assetto Corsa Evo. What next week? Next week, Scott Wennerstrom was talking about being super pumped for early access Assetto Corsa Evo. I have heard a few good things about what's coming, so right here we're going to talk about it. Joa got Heiko a submarine, but he has to find it. Top chat missing half the comments. Oh, that sucks. Too much anxiety to run endurance races. Are you, Andres and Oldest, are you both running the BMW and the Roar? What, that's 2.4 hours, that race? Yeah, exactly, Callum. Ooh, you're getting some rig updates. All right, so here's some cool things. Here's a post here on the 8th, so 2 days ago. Some great news about early access, though. So we're going to get 5 tracks, 20 cars, single player practice, single player quick race, game economy step 1. So hear that? Game economy. You can rent a car, purchase a car, XP rank, rewards, driver profile, driving licenses, and driving academy. It is going to, you ready for this? No VR, no buy, people. VR support in their early access. Not going to have to wait for it. Triple screen support right out of the gate. Showroom customization and car customization. So that is great. It's not going to be some like undrivable or wait version, it looks like, which is really great. We're seeing more and more car photos of what's going to be included in the 20 cars. Yeah, David Scott, me too. The game economy, that raised an eyebrow for me for sure. No, Dan, I have not. I have not turned a single lap. of Evo. We're on software, we've been taking a little bit more of the approach of just buy it. And no, I won't ever, no earlier access than anyone else. But it's just, I don't know. I think Sims are so far and few between. I just really want to be able to say what I feel without too much allegiance, right? If that makes sense. Or, I don't want to, yeah. Anyway, see, here are 4 of the cars. That's a Nissan, Ferrari, Fiat, and a BMW. Same 4. Here we have different cars. We got a V-Dub, an Alfa Romeo, a Mazda Miata, and what's that? Is that like a Ford Escort? What's that one? Ford Escort Cosworth. Maxie, what are you doing? Oh, you're chewing yourself. Come here. Maxie. He's deaf. Oh, here's more cars. The Hyundai. Another Ferrari. Is that an Alpina? We're going to have to come back to the 4th one. And another BMW. What's this? Yeah, Alpine. Cool. So we've seen 12. We've seen 12 of the 20 cars. Okay. All right. Moving right along. I'm going to keep things moving. Forza Motorsport Update 16 rolls out today. This is 4 days ago. Career BMW Tour Reward BMW Turner Motorsports M4 GT4 Career Open Class. So some showroom cars, spotlight cars, other changes, new future multiplayer series, spec series, blah 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 blah. Forgive my lack of enthusiasm. There's the BMW. I think I could be mistaken. I think this is the newly added BMW, the 2023 BMW number 25 BMW Team RLLM Hybrid V8, and that M4 GT3 that we mentioned. Starting car choice MX-5, GTI, and Hyundai. Yeah, that makes sense. Buying a new, maybe an award, maybe get reward cars or something. I love the grind. The grind is so awesome. Oldest, you're right. He is selective hearing as well. Max. I bet if I was eating crackers, he'd hear the bag. Max. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here, you. You are such an old bitch now. He used to be so obedient, and then he got old, and now he's just like, everything is on his terms now. Totally David Payne. Filthy, dirty pirate hooker, the BMWs. Forza really let me down, Simrig. I mean, it really let me down. So true, Phil. All right, not a lot out of SCS, speaking of Euro and American Truck, but they are showing off a little bit more of the Missouri expansion map. Because I am dying to go to Missouri. I'm sorry. Anybody's from Missouri, I'm very, very sorry. But, yeah, there you go. Missouri. Misery. Amir, plug your ears. Amir, plug your ears. Test drive Unlimited Solar Crown. 3 new Italian cars have arrived with Season 2. The Ferrari California. Ooh. Oh, yeah. The Lamborghini Aventador. SVJ Zago edition. Wait, clown, did I say that right? Do I need it? Zago edition. Available at the Celine car dealership, while the Lamborghini Diablo VT is a special reward for Solar Pass finishers. Which one's your favorite? Okay. Alright, so how many people do play the truck sim? And how many of you find their mileage annoying? Like, if you live in California, driving from Bakersfield to, Stockton, I don't even know, to Sacramento, would be like 6-hour drive. And in ATS, it's maybe 15 minutes. And then the only things now I will give them certain credit. If you've driven up the 5, there are a handful of iconic intersections or rest stops or gas station stops, towns, and they do throw those en route. So, surprisingly, you do have a general awareness where you are in the state as you're cruising around. But I just kind of feel like if I'm going to be in a big rig going from Bakersfield to Sacramento, that it should take a little longer than that. That's how I feel. But I also want more physics, so I jackknife a truck. I want to blow up a gearbox if I shift as poorly as I shift. I'd love to see more out of that game. Okay. Yeah, the East Coast, they haven't done so much, huh? They've done like the Midwest. Andres, you played a lot. Really pumped up their employee count. Well, they built a new headquarters, David Payne. Did you see that? I was so optimistic for Test Drive. I so want a game like that to exist, and it's like, I guess I'm going to have to wait for Grand Theft Auto for my next, what I wanted out of Test Drive Unlimited. I want to get a convoy going in ATS, but we haven't been able to do that. Nope, they don't have any of that. Does anybody remember the game Leisure Suit Larry? Did anyone here play Leisure Suit Larry? Here, I want to find their headquarters. Here it is. This is why they have more employees. Fast forward. Bam! Bam! What do you think of that? Bryant, you do. It's not so bad. Okay. To each his own. I was just curious. Or maybe they need to make it like more like how Flight Sim does it, where like you can speed up time or something. Or have an adjustment for such a thing. Yeah, it's the world scale. I don't like that. I don't. Anders, you think they hit a good compromise? Fair. Yeah, well, it's figuring out how it's done. We, Not Me, gave it a quick attempt and it didn't go well, but we're not ATS pros by any means, but that would be super fun. I would literally go run a little more just to be able to buy a truck and then maybe even figure out how to get a custom paint in order to do a convoy and get on our CBs and chat it up while we're doing it. Tell some dad jokes or something. I don't know. Dan, yeah, do it. I need a ride. What the hell? Alan, was that for Leisure Suit Larry? John remembers it. No truck stop hookers, no buy. It was the hookers. Michael Nelson, I immediately was imagining like a version of Leisure Suit Larry built into the back end of American Truck Simulator. That's what happened. My brain went there really fast. Which is why I should be a game developer, because that's how I work, right? Forza? Yeah, but it's no fun to drive. September for it. Simrig, there's a thread in our Discord that talks about the Sim Expo. Leisure Suit Larry was great, though, if anyone didn't. Alan got to experience it. It was great. It would so never happen now, like on a mainstream. It'd have to be like one of those dark underground titles. If I'm not mistaken, I bought a copy of that at like Comp USA. It wasn't like underground. ATS is €250. Oh, with all DLC. Okay, fair enough. Because I was like, the game itself is down to like $5, isn't there? 15 or something? Because I got a free code, and I was like, oh, but it's only worth like $5. LV, you played it as well? Awesome. September 5th through 7th, there's even more Lot Lizards. Yeah. It wouldn't be fun to drive iRacing if it was open world. No, but I would like that iRacing and ATS combine forces so you can drive the hauler from track to track. Flight Sim too. We can fly our cars to overseas tracks. No, Michael, I have not. I'm not sure it would hold up that well to that as well. But I might do something in the future with it. I wanted to do a piece on that. Last week was the kickoff of the pit stop for the new year, and I asked for suggestions, and Tom Jones sent me a really long list of great suggestions, and really appreciate the work he put into that. And one of it was like, more frequent videos, maybe smaller videos, and kind of like more having fun with it, like sort of like a, lack of better example, Cleves McFarlane, and it's like, okay, but I don't have like a crew, and I don't have like a bunch of fun things going on, but what can we do that's in that spirit? And it was like, okay, well, more challenge videos incorporated or in conjunction with reviews. So I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag just a little bit. But yeah, in the future, you'll see some of that. And I still might try to go back to that just for the fun of doing it. And it'd be even better to do it in the racing trucks. Or more appropriate. Discord is very confusing, Simrig. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not even a huge fan of it. It just works well. So, yeah. Dan, that's the problem. Yeah, you get sucked in and you can be there all day. David, you have all of ETS. So whoever knows how to get a convoy going, whoever knows how to set it up, we need a leader. We need a point man for our convoy to show us the way, how to do it and how to do it right. So hit me up on Discord, and if you know how to make it happen, I will get all the SimPit truckers involved. I promise you, and we'll do it. So I would love to take part. Discord teams. There's too many things. Just in general. Alright, we already talked about test drive. Alright, not a lot more news. We're going to start kind of getting through these. Pista Motorsports, I'm keeping an eye on it. It so reminds me of Automobilista 1 in that it's coming in. Tom, I was thanking you publicly for your really rubber ducky. Was that his handle, Michael? I was thanking you for your suggestions and saying how, one of them was like more fun videos and stuff, and I was saying how I don't have a crew that follows me around and we're not doing a bunch of fun things, but how can I take the spirit of that thinking and put it in the sim pit? And it was like doing fun challenge videos, like, like using that truck wheel to drive a race, something like that for the fun of it. A little more of that thinking. 10-4, Rubber Duck. All right, Pista. So it reminds me of Automobilista because it is Argentina, in this case, Argentinian specific. So car series and tracks that are known in that region, which is really super duper awesome for people who live there or race there. It's super awesome for those who just like, John Hill and I talk about this. One of the greatest things about sim racing is the ability to experience tracks and cars that you'll just never have the opportunity to do in real life for so many reasons, right? And if you're just a real hardcore race fan or a racing fan, or you like to race, but you just, it's awesome. So, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, wow, I've heard of that track because I have a friend in Argentina who races, right? Or something like that. And sometimes it's really cool cars, too, that we don't necessarily see here. So, they're talking about some updates to their work in progress. Changelog V.6.5.0. Ooh, wet weather. They've improved their wet weather system. So, yeah, they're definitely trying to make a serious, hardcore, awesome sim. And something that we're probably going to have to keep our eye on and get in on. This is cool. This is an Overtake. That last article was Overtake, by the way, just to give credit where credit was due. That was them. They seem to have the inside line with Pista Motorsports. All right. So this is also an Overtake, and this is a list of driving-specific games coming out this year. Scott had mentioned another game coming out this year. Tokyo Extreme Racer. I think is what he was. So, anyway, let's look down the list. AC Evo coming out on the 16th. Full release is Q3. Just so we're getting a good idea of when we'll see it. So, it'll be towards the second half of the year is what we're saying. Apex Rush. City Car Driving 2. I played City Car Driving. That was fun. If I had a 15-year-old child who I wanted to teach how to drive a car, I would definitely make them play City Car Driving before I let them sit in a real car. It's a pretty decent driving simulator for real driving environments. Ed and Edda Grand Prix Racing Champions. Is that like Ed, Eddie, and Eddie the Powerpuff? Is that what that is? Someone, kids, please let me know. Endurance Motorsport Series. 2025. F1 25, obviously. Forza Horizon 6. Speculation not confirmed. I would scratch that one off my list. If Forza haven't started talking about it now, then I don't think there's a 2025 release. Eddie Lawson? Is that what it is? Is that motorcycle? Are we doing anything this Sunday night racing? David Payne, you're going to have to check with Amir on that. Drive Beyond Horizons. I missed that one, sorry. Hot Wheels Unleashed 3. JDM Japanese Drift Master Kanjazoku Wangen Runners. I'm assuming a lot of these are on the console, by the way. Motocross the Game, MotoGP, MXGP, NASCAR 25, Neon Highways, Overjump Rally, Project Motor Racing, Recharge, Saturday Night Racing, Synthwave Driver, Tokyo Extreme Racer, Trophy RC, Turbo Dismount 2, Used Car Simulator. Used Car Simulator. Volt Recharge. It's the first EV racing game that incorporates needing to navigate from charging station to charging station. And you can get bonuses if you actually get to like supercharger stations, right? And so that's that whole Volt Recharge. It's a really interesting concept. Anyone buy that, by the way? Did anyone buy that? It doesn't look exciting. Oh, too bad. I wanted to hear about their monetary system. Mr. Lau, good morning. Excuse me. LV, we do. RBR. We need a new RBR, so to speak. David, you're getting ahead of the list. That's why I saw this to the very bitter end. World of Outlaws, Dirt Racing 24 Gold Edition, coming out May 2nd. And Wreckfest 2. And Recreation. Recreation, made by a group of developers that severed off from Wreckfest when they were bought up by that other company. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Don't put any weight. Don't buy that. Yeah, exactly. So that you don't get stuck on the side of the road, Andres. Used Cars was a great movie. And the new game from the makers of SnowRunner. They have another one coming. Wow. Hyper milling into a game. Wreckfest 2, that might be cool. I hope so. They've been really silent. Alright, Sim Experience is doing a beta test program for their new wheel. Their new base looks like a coffin. Looks like a vampire's coffin. They are doing a limited number of beta testing slots are available. Not all applicants will be selected. Beta testers will receive a discount on the purchase of beta items. In the event of issue with beta product, they will correct the issue, refund, or whatever. At a time, may request beta be returned. Anyway, fill out the questionnaire, and you could potentially be a beta tester for here. Let's. Where is their new wheel? There it is. Dun dun dun! That should be a good wheel. That should be a really good wheel. Looks like they've gone back to a wireless connection. If my eyes don't deceive me, there's something new going on right here. There you go. All right. Fanatic, aka Corsair. Oh, by the way, I don't have a story on this, but I heard that Fanatic is no longer the sponsor of the GT series. That's what I heard. Anyway, this is the new Club Sport GT cockpit under the ownership of Corsair. Tom. Joey, exactly. Am I going over new thermal take sim gear? I'm sticking with what I got. Unless somebody sends me something, because I ain't got no money. PS4, that could be really cool. That, yeah, BeamNG, what could go on there with rallying could be very interesting if somebody wanted to take the time. So here, yeah, there's the new Fanatic rig by Corsair. Alright, Moza. Is this even a tease? What could this be? I don't know what that is. What is that? That's not much of a tease. Any guesses on what that is? They're even asking. Details dropping soon on January 16th. Oh, what's this? Another... Not... Can you get any guesses on what that is? Any guesses? Moser Racing, new year, new gear, new wheel, new feel. Stay tuned. Coming January 16th. What do you know? What do you know? Another DDU. But no, I don't. It's a hair dryer. It's a kitchen sink. It's a new PlayStation 5 joystick. It's new flight gear. Okay, Brian. Alright, we saw teasers of, but it is the ultimate all-in-one experience coming your way. The Neo X. You can see now it is a hub. We have another shot. One size fits all. 60 by 70 millimeter design for wide. If you don't know, 60 by 70 millimeter is the 6-bolt pattern. Very common, most common pattern of aftermarket steering wheels. Meaning that as long as it clears the parts that protrude from the hub here, you could put any wheel rim in the world on there. Any wheel rim. So yeah, customizable RGB lighting. It's very similar to the features of the Neo wheel, but in a hub form, allowing you to use any shape and size wheel rim that you want with it, which is really cool. If they only had a price, well, sometimes you gotta make them drool before you tell them how much. You gotta make them really know they want it bad before you tell them how much. See, if it was $1, you'd just buy it. But if they're gonna try to charge you $800, they need to whet your appetite a little bit better than that, right? They need to tease, right? They need to tease people. Tantalize, tease. Cube Controls getting in on selling you some gloves. I'm starting to slouch. Oh, that's how it is for me this Friday, you guys. Sorry. And do the battle. Did yours? I don't recall. I play in headphones. My buttons didn't rattle like hell. Is that a common thing, or is that your personal experience, Simrig? I agree, Dan. I agree. Anyway, Cube Controls are doing their gloves. VRS is announcing or showing off their GT2 cockpit. The VRS Direct Force GT cockpit. It's out now. Go check it out. Yes. Yes, they do, Callum. Ooh, it's pricey. $15.49 for what we're looking at here. The GT2 black with the front mount and a GT seat. No seat, $1,049. Bottom mount wheel, aka a deck, same price. Monitor adapters and things like that. Pretty cool. Alright, SimPit Rally. I mentioned at the beginning we did a live stream yesterday of my event of Rally Monte Carlo Stage 1, or I should say Round 1 of 12. 6 stages per round. I want to thank Callum for putting another season together for us. Thank you very, very, very much. Really appreciate that you did this for all of our rally fans. Really fun season ahead of us, and it was Fearless who won the event with an overall time of 47:33 at Rally Monte Carlo. I was sitting in 5th just yesterday, but the rally gods were against me. 4 more people bettered my time, dropping me all the way down to 9th. 5 minutes behind our leader. David S. was 2nd place. He was only 43 seconds behind. Heiko H.S. Whipperman finishing in 3rd, a minute back of Fearless. Boba 80 and Max Power round out our top 5. And looking back through the grid, Alesh Mom, Caracticus, Jeff, SMKU, myself in 9th, Betty Racing, F4H, that's John Hill, Razor Blade, Spatial Dragon, PC Deadman, Frito Sport, Dirge, and May Racer. This week, starting today, we're at Rally Sweden. So again, if you want to... Oh, and we're running the Group A cars, which are really fun, by the way. This week we are running Rally Sweden, so you have all week until Thursday of next week, Thursday night or Friday morning even, to get your post in for Rally Sweden. I'll try to run mine Tuesday. Hopefully the guys will remind me. I do get absent-minded, and I want to thank everyone who poked and prodded me on Thursday saying, you only have like 17 hours left, dude. So, I did, Joa! It's almost like it's my second season. Or third. A lot more teasing than that. Well played, Tom Jones. What's Black Pipe? David Scott. Can you send me a link? I like a challenge. I'll do it. Oh, like... Is that like just the black version of PVC? The stuff that doesn't break or shatter? Admins, remember to use events in Discord to remind us. You mean, David Payne, like about Rally League? Or about our convoy? No, not crack pipe. Alright, now we're back to that poorly done AI. I just want to remember... steel pipe with threaded ends, like the pipe for like conduit. Is that for conduit? Is that the stuff you mean? Andrus listens. I am so bad on that. Let me look at that. Thank you so much, Andrus. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. Oh, you even gave me a link. Thank you, buddy. Alright. Oh, man. Got my butt kicked. Alright. So, this week in the Team Sean versus Team Amir, if you missed it last week, me and Amir both drafted 3 drivers. We had 6 drivers to choose from. We were each going to take 3. And we have to put one of our drivers forward each week in order to compete at the next event. And so last week, and Amir's not here, so we need to declare drivers for this coming week. How are we going to do that? We're just going to have to take care of it versus Discord. Usually Amir's here. We would take care of that. Next week we will do it right. We will declare our drivers for Circuit de Navarro. But what we do is our drivers will run the event, and then we score the points they scored in the event that week. So this week for me, Oldest Pudiclus scored 69 points, and for Team Amir, Andrus Slisson scored 108. So that is where we are. We're hoping to really kind of build upon this. And let's see. Hold on. Andrus is communicating. Any event. I agree. Yeah, any event should be posted in there. I agree, David Payne. It'll correct. Oh, if you do it as an event, it corrects time zone. Awesome. Do I need to... I should do that for Hotlap Humpday then too, huh? Who will race 4 and 5? Okay, I'm gonna get on that. Yeah, our Hotlap. We have taken on Russian sponsors. Hold on, bear with me. I'm looking for something here, you guys. Bear with me a moment, you guys. Trying to see if I can catch up and fix something here. Sorry. Oh. Did I not bring up? Alright, so I have to... Now, Oldest, correct me. correct me on this. So, is Oldest running the first 3 races? I'm just sorry. Forgive me. I just want to make sure we're doing this right. And then I thought we were doing it 1 race at a time. Did I get that wrong? Okay. Okay. We're gonna get this resolved here. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, Hotlap Humpday is this coming Wednesday. We are gonna do wacky combos. So, like, Andrew had us running the street mods, or no, pro stocks at. God, my memory is so shite right now. Oh, I am so worthless. What did we just run the other day? We just ran. Where'd it go? Where we go? Here we go. We just ran super late model and model. Regular late model and super late model. I'm sorry, I am a mess at Barber Motorsport Park. Really fun, wacky combo. Sorry, I am a mess. But I love that it was a crazy combo. So after talking, after the last event of last year for Hotlap Humpday, me and Robbie Unser and Brian Highcotter talked about what to do for this season to just make it even more fun. And the main idea being, hey, we need to mix it up. So we're going to do, maybe not always fixed, but we're going to have more fixed setup events. We're going to have car and track combos that you don't normally see together. And just try to have a little bit more fun, less seriousness, just like you can see in my thumbnail. We're going to try to get that fixed as soon as I have more memory from ChatGPT. That's the best we could do on short notice. So, Andrus, you didn't get me an answer. I'm sorry. Alright, I will have to take care of that online. We'll clean all this up. I am very, very, very sorry. I've had a very hard week to keep focused on everything. I'm sorry. So I didn't take care of quite a bit of business. I do apologize. Alright, we'll look at some sim regs real quick. So just correct me here. Forgive me. Amir's not here to straighten me up, and my brain's mush this week. You said I have to name who will race in week 4 and 5. So does that mean that Oldest is racing the first 3 races? Is that, just to be clear? Is that to be clear? Mini stocks at Bristol. There you go. I definitely want to get a Legends somewhere. I want to run the trucks at a road course. I want to run a car that can handle a few bumps on a rally car course. I want to run... Yeah, we're going to do some crazy. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, Andrus. That's what I thought. So, we're only 1 week in, so I just need to make... Oh, no. I see. No, that's the update. That's the update. Gotcha. For Circuit de Navarro. I gotta talk to my team. Yep. I gotta talk to my guys, my team, and make a quick decision offline. I'm not gonna make that right now. I think it would probably be smart. I'd probably be really, really, really smart to talk to Ola and Joe and see, A, is somebody ready to go? Is somebody running in the roar that would interfere with it? So, okay. I'll do that right now. Yep. I'm sorry, buddy. I really want to do more with this. I've fucked it up good. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right. Rigs. We're going to look at a couple rigs, then we're going to bring the show to a close, and then I'm going to try to get back to work. That's cool. Projection. If I didn't run a show, I would try projection. I've played with it. I think if I didn't do a show, I would take projection more seriously as an option. Ooh, that's a badass looking rig. 5 degrees of freedom. 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm guessing. So he's saying 5. So you're gonna have tilt left, right, tilt front, back. You could do like a left, right twist. That's 3. You can do a front and back. That's 4. And then up and down would be 5. Did I get that right? Did we count those off right? I think we did. Alright. Oh yeah, we were gonna... Wind wing? Oh, those are rudder pedals. Wind wing rudder pedals. Moza racing pedals behind them. Yeah, this guy's got it all. This guy's got it going on. Max, you're whining because you're biting yourself so hard. Sometimes he chews so long that he comes up short for breath. What are you doing, buddy? Logitech mod. Nicely done. Motion setup and action. I see some belt tensioners. Oh. You're serious. You're the Lokester giving me the flip off. You know, I'm not going to endorse that. You don't start your video by flipping me off. Look at this thing. Forklift drivers are also racers. Look at this thing. That's that Thrustmaster wheel. Look at this control here, though. Look at that thing. Hey! Stop it! You're making a lot of noise. Alright, what else? Did something totally unnecessary. You missed your cup, dummy. He's dripping water all over. If you're gonna do it well at least. Alright. Profile. I thought it was a Deathmobile. This guy's all serious about his music. If I have belt tensioners, I do. If I don't have belt tensioners, then I take the belts off my rig. It's not even that I don't use them. If I'm not using belt tensioners, get the belts off my rig. Why are they in my way? You know, they're gonna scratch my seat. If I have like a racing seat and I throw the buckles over, it's just gonna scratch it. They're not comfortable to sit on. And no, seat belts without tensioners are stupid. 15 feet away right now. Did you need a simulator? This is his dashboard. He's doing a forever rig. That is a forever rig modification right there, if I've ever seen one, yeah? Dun, dun, dun. Cool. I love it. That's awesome. Oh, Deathmobile with a junkyard seat. That seat looks like it's been around the block. Hey, how about you leave this room? You have a sticker stuck to you. He has a sticker stuck to him. It's a Moza sticker. All right. You like the belts with your... Yeah, with the seat mover, it's awesome. La 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 la. Cutting board rig. Ba ba ba. Okay, what else? Teasing. Teasers. What am I looking at? DIY extenders as rigs. I see what he did. He extended his shelf. Ooh, that looks rickety. And your TV's on top of that. Woo! If that works for you, man. That's sketch. No, not me. Moza is going to the dogs? What do you mean by that, Jella? There's a Fanatic rig. It's not a Fanatic rig. I'm kidding. Hey, that's Ty of, Tyler Wang of Sim Magic. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. That sure looks like an active pedal. Alright, I think I am tapped out, everyone. I think we're going to bring this show to an end and get on with the weekend. What? Vossi's Los, the new PXN. They told me they were going to send me their new direct drive wheel when it was ready. Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, we're going to bring this one to a close. I think we are all done with that. If I didn't get to any questions or comments that you have, get into our Discord. You can always hit me up in there. I'm always hanging out, and I'm always answering questions. If you have any ideas for wacky combos, be sure to send them over to me so we can add them to the list. And you might even choose one of our cool combinations for Hotlap Humpday. Be sure to join me on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, 3 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. It will be 30 minutes of practice, 45 minutes of qualifying to declare the winner, and then a 20-minute fun race in the combination that we're doing that day with all drivers eligible. We'll have a optional inverted grid, and we're going to make sure it's some fun combinations. Like, we ran the last event, we ran the BMW at Sebring, and the track is massive and the car is slow, and all we did was get separated, and that was that. We're going to prevent that this year. We're going to make sure it stays a little more fun all throughout the entire event. So, should be great. And be sure to join us for that one. I'm going to post it in the events section as David recommended. So, we'll make sure that everybody gets a heads up that it's coming. I see Big Doza has joined us in our Discord. So, thank you for joining us, Big Doza. Everyone get over there and welcome them into the show as well. Get the kitten? What kitten? What? The kitty, free kitten. What kitten? What kitten? What did I miss? What are we what did I miss? You were all talking, what kitten? Did I miss something over here? What are you all talking about? Skippy, yeah, Road Rash, that could be. Dan wants to send me a cat. I have an old dog. So, as of today, I'm not looking for a cat. My next animal might be a cat. Might be both. So, All right. Yeah, I am. You guys have totally you've derailed me completely. I'm being sent a kitten. All right. I'm gonna have to not give anyone my address. All right, you guys have lost me, and it is the end of the show. I'm mush. My brain has had enough. I am going to go get back to work. I'm going to kick off the weekend and get to do some racing, and I wish you all a great weekend. Get out there, do some racing yourselves. Thank you for joining me for a great show, and get out there, do some sim racing. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track, you crazy kitten lovers. Bye.